Hello everybody, my name is Miss Sin. Today we're going to be doing our very first tarot reading for my new channel at Sin the Oracle on YouTube. So I'm going to create that channel and we are going to start filling it up with a lot of content, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Today's reading is going to be for the sign of Leo. I'm going to start going down by each sign until I get through all 12 signs. We're not going to include the 13th sign. We're going to go with signs for the intention and sole purpose of just allowing for all of you guys to be able to identify who you are within just the use of signs. I am by no means an astrologist. I'm just simply using signs as a way for you to indicate and find your message. So we're going to select and have a pile, 4 piles, okay, not a pile, 4 piles for Leos. This is a timeless reading. It will be set out for the intention for the moment you find it, going forwards for the rest of the year of 2019. Okay, so we have 4 piles for all the Leos, sun and moon. Sun and moon, sun, you know, rising and moon signs. No, that's wrong, I take it back. Sun signs and moon signs, okay, for Leos. So we're going to start. Give you a few moments to decide if after this reading you're enjoying how I deliver the message and how Spirit translates messages through me. You're more than welcome to take a look in the description below. You can find all the information there to contact me, and you could book me for a personal reading. Alright, with that being said, we're going to begin with the first pile. Those of you who've chosen this black stone, from what I understand, black stones are meant to be grounding stones and meant to be focused on the here and now. So let me take a little minute to hone in on the messages that Spirit has for you for the first pile. Some of you have been enjoying your summer and year a lot and have ventured out to start your own business, but you've been making new connections and have been networking, which is amazing. But the thing you're getting caught up in is actually spending a lot of time with these new connections in a way that was useful to you, and then it started exceeding that limit and it started tipping over to the other half where it was no longer useful to you. Like example, like networking is good, but then when you stay too long and you party too hard, you end up sleeping late, you drain yourself of your resources, and then you don't have much energy or motivation the next day to be doing what you need to do, which is getting your life right. So you gotta keep your eye on the ball and not forget your purpose, your reason why you started this. This is the truth that you must face and continue manifesting and setting up priorities and goals, okay? So you started off with socializing with people and you got entangled up with all the partying. Now it's your chance and a moment to realize when to stop playing and when to start working. And then once you realize that, you can start taking the time to prioritize and manifest and write down the goals and aspirations and milestones that you wish to reach and obtain from here on out with the newfound connections that you have established here. And these friends will respect you. They just don't know where you stand. So the moment you let them know, hey, these are my boundaries, I gotta limit myself, and this is what I'm hoping to achieve, this is what I want to make with you guys, and they're gonna be all for it. They're like, you know what, maybe we can implement more of these into our lives as well. So you guys are gonna start influencing each other for the better, but you may have to be the person to take the first initiative. So the message for oracle cards here is turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. Or maybe the other one. Past life relationships. You have known each other before. So this is suddenly talking about love, whereas this one's talking about pursuing your career. Now I'm trying to find the correlation between the two and how they would intertwine. I have a feeling through your pursuing your life, you know, and getting your life, you will stumble across somebody who you feel like you've known before in your past life. And Spirit is asking you to trust and keep your heart open. To just enjoy the moment. So I'm going to get some clarity cards for you now. I'm going to use a separate deck. To clarify the messages for your love life. Your career life is pretty straightforward, which is good. It's always good to have clarity like that. So please shed some clarity on who this person is for soulmate or past life relationship, and turn on your heart light. So I feel like some of you guys have closed yourself off at some point, which is why Spirit is asking you to allow yourself in this moment to reflect a time when you experienced love, to re-inspire yourself all over again, to fall in love, to be open to the possibility of love and how love can transform and change us. So maybe perhaps the person you're knowing now may not be suitable or fitting into your idea of a desirable mate or partner. Perhaps a habit they have or their current place in life isn't what you think is ideal or attractive in terms of what you're looking for in a relationship, but you two have known each other before in a past life. So Spirit is asking from this. So let me see the message what they have here. Yes, it's through work. 6 of Wands often has to do with work and leadership and being proud of having accomplished many things. And through that, there's somebody offering you a cup of emotions, but you're kind of defensive and dude, man, I have so much to do. I have responsibilities. I can't just party all the time. I gotta cut that out. I gotta limit myself and keep my eyes on the prize, and plan and create. So that's why you're feeling overwhelmed. But I think with this message here, with being overwhelmed and needing to focus on your job, I think despite you feeling that way, to just turn on your heart light, to keep your heart open to the possibilities and just hold and hone in that feeling of the love you have experienced, the good type of love, the emotion, not necessarily connecting to an individual per se, or maybe someone you might have possibly a crush on, but just marinating in the idea and the emotions of love itself, and that will draw your partner to you. And I think it's drawing in this person who sees that you're getting your life and is attracted by that, and you don't necessarily feel like they may be cut out for it, but I feel like they may just be this person, one of these people in the group of friends that also gets influenced and inspired by you to go and make a change and cut some habits out of their life that aren't good for them, and basically become a better person through meeting and crossing paths with you. And perhaps by chance that might evolve into something. I'm gonna look a little further in to find out how this connection will evolve. It's a lot of time for reflecting. Okay. I have a feeling it has a lot to do with both parties reprioritizing and adjusting and reflecting on what it is that both parties value in life. God's foundation. What does this tarot card mean? Some form of truth. I think there has to be some form of sacrifice that needs to be taken place, that needs to be cut away in order for you two to come together. Like maybe like a shedding of old behaviors, because this woman here, she's like Queen of Pentacles, right? So she's getting her life, she has money. She's also a very nurturing person. She's a leader, she looks up for other people. So the impression I get here is that she probably looks for more from someone than just a simple fling. And this person here sees that and realizes that they might have to, if they really genuinely want to be with this person, they're going to have to step it up. And they're going to have to cut away some things in order to have this with her or him or a tech helicopter, okay? Not gender specific at all. So I'm gonna ask for some clarity on the career, the outcome of the career, and what advice Spirit has for you guys for a career. How can you go about accomplishing your career? The Knave of Chalices came back out again. Okay. So, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that you're going to have to make some sacrifices that are not going to be easy on your part. The reason why is because you do have attraction towards this person, but you need to limit yourself because you need to stay focused. And as you stay focused, this person is going to want to tempt you to come hang out and spend time. Basically, settle for what they're able to offer, which is a Knave of Cups. Knave is somebody who's not quite matured enough, doesn't have enough to provide. Somebody who has love to give, but not necessarily the financial and physical foundation of stability to create a future with you, okay? And because of that, you must be able to be strong and walk away and literally go and hone in on your career until you're really successful and can hold your own. That person will get upset, but they will come around and they will communicate. They will realize what it is you're about, and that you will not bend to their will of settling, which is what is going to separate you from other people in the past that they have gotten so used to connecting with. Like, people in the past have always bent to their will and was always so happy to agree with them, to be on the same page, and just to go along with whatever their wishes are, which is by any means is good, because it's good in the sense because this person has masculine energy. And if you're looking for someone who has that masculine energy and clarity to lead and direct where they want a relationship to go, then that's perfect. But the catch is catch 21, okay, or catch 22, whatever you call it. This person isn't necessarily leading these people into a direction that is beneficial for both parties in the sense of a everlasting relationship. So this person is just leading to have fun. But you, okay, you're leading to build a good life. I shuffled it back into the page. But you're leading for a good life. You're leading for a future. You're leading for a lot of work, hard work, manifestation, okay? And this person, in order to be with you, will need to realize that. But at the same time, in order for you to be successful and get to where you want to be in life, you have to not lose your way. You have to keep your eye on the ball and continue to pursue your goals, your priorities, your values. And this person will come around and step up to the plate and realize that what they're seeking with you, it's almost like they're being tricked into realizing the value and importance of who you are without you doing anything to trick them. It's more like they trick themselves. There's a song from Marilyn Monroe in one of her musicals that I listened to, and there is a part in the song that goes, I'm loosely quoting this, by the way. It says, "A man chases a girl until she's caught him." And he continues to say, like the singer, continues to sing more lyrics like, he continues to fish for her until she's landed him. So in the sense, like, this person being of a masculine energy definitely enjoys the pursuit of obtaining their romantic interests, right? And often in the past, people have been very easily caught and very easily agreeable to their wishes and their desires, which is not bad. Okay, it added for building of confidence and whatnot and charisma. But those people had their karmic relationships and purpose served with this person of your interest. Okay, you are on a different playing field because you have long-term visions and you have aspirations that you're trying to accomplish and manifest into the 3D world that we call our reality. And you're not willing to compromise in the sense of giving more of your time to settle for less, because you know what you're worth and you know what you want, and you don't identify yourself with the people that this person has associated with in the past. You're different from them. And this person, I guess in a way, it's a sort of a game. Whether or not they're subconscious or conscious of it, it's all they've ever known. And you come into their life, and that's what attracted them so much towards you, is the fact that you were already different to begin with. So you must not lose your identity to this person. You must continue to be you at all times, no matter what. This is one of your biggest life lessons as well, Leo. The one that chose pile 1. Okay, this is your biggest life lesson, is to stay grounded. I think this is also why you've selected the black stone, is to stay grounded and rooted into who you are. And you have allowed other people to get you to second guess and compromise your life in the past before. And you've wasted a lot of tears and heartache and time onto them for them to not bring you what you need, because you were so nice, you believed their words, but you never stepped away to give them the space and opportunity to come up to present to you what they're capable of. And this time you're on the defensive side, but it's okay, because you have your eyes on the prize. You need to focus on your own life. You need to step away, even though it's hard, because you value yourself and your freedom now, because you've seen how hard it was when people in the past just offered you feelings, and it was nothing. It wasn't enough to sustain you. It wasn't enough to fulfill you on a spiritual, emotional, mental level. So yeah, Spirit says keep your eye on the prize, okay? And if this person is really someone who wishes to be with you, they will make the changes necessary and become a better person to meet on your playing field, instead of the other way around, where you have to stay stagnant in order to stay on the same vibrations as them. And in time, that decays your energy. It depletes your emotions. It depletes your purpose, and it steals away your opportunity to be a much more fuller version of who you're meant to be. Okay, so keep your eye on the prize. Don't compromise and lose your identity for no one. And as you do that, keep the feelings of love in your heart and believe that it exists. Keep following that feeling. Follow your nose, but follow your feelings. Just keep that feeling alive in your heart. And this person may just come to you. They might They may be like, I really want to be with this person, and I realize that what I have is not enough. And instead of allowing their egos to get into the way and being hurt by their pride, they're going to be realize and have real talk to themselves, and really sit down and think, I honestly need to step it up in order to be with this individual. Now this card may show a person with light hair, blonde hair, light brown hair, dirty blonde. This may be your partner, and this may be how you look like, or similar attributes anyway. Okay, that's just for some of you. I felt called to mention that. And some of you might be very spiritual as well. Very in tune with your feelings and your intuition, and you listen to your spirit guides. Continue to do that, okay? That's really good of you. So that is my message for pile 1, Leos. I hope that was very helpful for you. And if you wanted to go further into your reading for your sign and this message for you, and you wanted me to explore more your circumstance and this resonated with you, please leave a message in the comment below. Let me know how it was for you, and you can find me in my information below in the profile to contact me for personal reading. Okay, so now we're going to go on to pile number 2. Alright, so for those of you who chose pile number 2, this is your rock. I don't know if I can bring it up closer for you guys to see. Will it focus? It's so beautiful. It has different fractals inside it. I think you can see it. Look at that, the light. It's almost as if it's underwater. So green stones generally represent financial. Alright, sorry about that. We got disconnected there for a bit. I think I must have hit the limitation for the reading, for the first reading. So let's continue. So as I was saying, green gemstones are generally representative of our heart chakras, as well as financial abundance, okay, because it's green. Whoa, almost dropped it. And a lot to do with nature, okay. So let's see the messages for those of you who've chosen pile number 2. Let me take a few moments to look at the cards and reflect. Okay, there's some of you who are waiting for something to come, like a letter or a message or an opportunity. You're waiting for something, and while you're waiting, you're not just sitting there, you're making your time be most productive, socializing, learning, self-studying, pretty much getting your life, which is amazing. That's the best thing you can be doing while you're aspiring and, you know, waiting, hoping for another type of experience to come to your life. But you're not just settling for any experience. Like, Spirit has given you many opportunities along your way to kind of test you and be like, is this what you're looking for? Is this what you want? And every single time you'd be like, nope, that's not what I want. No thank you, no thank you, because you have your eyes on something in particular that is not so easily accomplished. And while you're looking and you're waiting and you're allowing for universe to bring you more opportunities, you're also learning about these opportunities. You're also learning about what it is you're looking for as well. I believe for some of you, you're looking for your life purpose, your meaning. Like, it's almost like you're tracing back to your ancestry and the whole purpose of why you're here. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. It's almost like
you're trying to tap into like the Akashic records of planet Earth and trying to connect and understand on a deeper level the history, the significance, and everything that's led up to this very moment, and how you fall into place and what part you play in this whole puzzle and symphony of our so-called life. And some people have been telling you certain answers and certain things, you know, giving terms and coins like twin flames and soulmates, and you know, even organized religions and names. And you're taking bits and pieces, and it's almost like they're giving you little cookie crumbs and trails of what it is you are looking for. And so you will take those trails and cookie crumbs that has been given to you, you go and sit and meditate, and you speak with your spirit guides about it, and you're gonna go and do more research and study. You're going to like spiritual shops, tapping into different types of divinations. You're finding different ways of connecting with your spirit guides, with your intuition, and your manifestation powers, your abilities to receive and to create in your mind and your heart, because that's all where it begins, right? Before anything exists in our material world right now, our 3D physical tangible world, it once was at some point in our imagination. It was in our thoughts, it was in our hearts, it was in our soul. And we translate that energy and vibration into a substance, into something we interpret into physical, so we can further enjoy it into such a fully crystallized, realized, actualized version of what it was that was once in the ethereal non-existence of, like, you know, it was intangible in a sense, right? So you're doing that, and that's amazing. So it's almost as if like people are presenting to you, oh, this is it, this is your cup. Oh no, I think this is your cup. Oh no, I think this is your cup. And you're like, maybe, perhaps. It's almost like you're combining all the cups that has been given to you. Do you see the shape of that? It's almost like each and every one of the influences and experiences and knowledge that someone has shared with you, you're literally, without realizing, you're creating your own cup. And this cup represents your purpose and your reality and your meaning and your purpose. Alright, I'm sorry about that. I got disconnected. I ran out of space. But we were getting to a very emotional point of the reading where I was going to tell you that this is very deep and moving. I feel like crying. I feel so... The feelings I'm receiving aren't like crying because I'm sad. It's like I'm crying because I finally understand. I finally understand. It's like that realization, because this world is always trying to mold you. The world that exists right now, or the old way of living, is a world that tries to mold you into what and who they think you should be. And you never fit in. You never fit in. So everything people have told you had a certain extension of truth in them, but not all of it resonated with you, and not all of it fit or was for you. And as you continue to collect all those little crumbs, you were able to start building your truth and discovering your potential and who you are and your identity, which is a very beautiful thing. And you're going to continue doing that for the rest of this year, until literally you're going to find yourself with this one cup. And this will be your cup and nobody else's. This is what's going to set you aside from everyone else. This is what's going to make you different. And not different in an egotistical way. Different in a, this is your purpose, and you found it, and you're going to go and carry it out. You're going to go and carry out your service and provide the world with more of who you are. And that is what's going to help change the world and create the ripple effect of triggering for more people to discover their purpose. It's almost as if the whole world is restructuring itself all over again through this globalization, through people connecting and discovering each other, through inventions and communicating with each other. It's like a breaking down of the old world, a way of doing things. And that old way of doing things and breaking down is how everything used to be industrialized. Everything had a systematic order. Everything was mass produced. Everything was line assembly. Everything, every living being had a little part to play in this huge, bigger picture, which was great at the time, but it didn't serve a purpose because it was constructed and literally built for the sole purpose that if one part of the whole line for some reason decided to fall apart, it can easily be replaced. It was made for that. And it's almost like that's crumbling inwards on itself, and we're not looking for that anymore. Everything is so accessible, everything is so overtly saturated. We're not looking for that anymore. We are becoming more aware and realizing that we have more to give in this world than just fall into the line of another cog in the wheel of the whole entire mechanism of our society. And we're going to restructure that by individualizing, specializing, getting into the niche, and rooting into who we are and our purpose and what speaks to our heart, as opposed to what other people say is best. This is your heart. This is you being true to who you are, Leo. That's amazing. And you're gonna send a really big ripple in this society for people to realize that they can be themselves and they can live the life that they want and still be able to contribute to the world without having to fall into this line assembly, industrialized ecosystem, which literally no longer has a purpose now. There's no need for all of that. We have created more than enough things to last like many, many lifetimes, many thousands and thousands and thousands of years of lifetime. Now what we need is connection. So let's see the messages for you for the oracle. It says, oh, it's kind of dark. Consider your foundation. You're being asked to look at how committed you are to love. I feel like this is basically, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm reading this. I think it honestly has to do with how committed you are to loving yourself, how committed you are to your purpose, your self-value, your self-recognition of who you are. How committed are you to not losing your way despite 1,000 other people's opinions on how you should have this dream home with a white picket fence and a family, like all these societal pressures? How committed are you to realize this is something that is obtainable, but this is the facade, this is the mass produced dream and vision that has been pushed onto us since we were born. We have been psychologically conditioned to associate this as love, right? When we are born and when we are raised, we are taught, whether consciously or subconsciously, what love looks like. And there has been a system set up for us to be preconditioned to believe that this is what love looks like. This is what love should be, and this is how we can aspire for love. But most oftentimes, people who go down this path and develop this life and buy this dream house and have this relationship, most times when they arrive to this point, they realize it was not nearly as fulfilling or exactly anything that it was set up to be. it was overtly glamorized, right? Because that was a facade. It was a facade because this is what society says, this is your idea of love and happiness. But you never once, and most people never once thought and paused to consider, is this my idea of happiness? Is this what I want? So that's why Spirit is asking you to look at how committed you are to seeing the truth of who you are, your own cup. Not what other people's definition of your cup should be like, but your own cup that you created and molded over time and years of self-reflecting and discovery. So let's see what the other message is. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So I feel like this also ties in with how you're looking to discover yourself. Friends will know about other things, and maybe they have certain practices that can have inklings and give you an idea of what it is you're looking for, right? So they can lead you towards that path of what it is you need. I'm sorry for the dark lighting, by the way. Sun is setting. I'm going to turn on the light soon. So your friends are going to guide you. Perhaps it's your friends going to be like, hey, look, I saw this, and I thought you might appreciate it. Oh yeah, there's this thing here at this shop I think you would appreciate. I thought about you. Maybe it'll give you better clarity of what it is you're meant to do. They'll be like, hey, I'm going to send you something. You don't have this. I'll send it to aid you, give you some help and support. See, even this person here getting married, she's almost sitting there and be like, do I really want this? Is this really what the end goal of what it means to be happy is marriage and being somebody's, significant other? You can be, but at the same time, it's like, look at this crystal ball that the Cupid has. It's almost like, I've never noticed before, but this crystal ball is almost like asking, be like, it's like your spirit guide, because this is a cherub, right? And these are humans. And it's almost like, here, shed some clarity. I'm going to inspire you to channel message for her, for this person to realize, is this what they want? Is this what they truly want? Or is this what society has pushed onto us? And look at the different types of organized religions in the back. Look at the little figurines and the symbols of religious practices. So it's like this person is finding themselves. They're finding who they really are meant to be, and their friends are supporting them. And maybe eventually they will want to have this outcome of marriage, but for now, maybe you're able to let that pressure go and let that expectation go and realize it will come to you when it's meant to come to you, and to just trust in the timing of your life. And until then, to keep aspiring and reaching and developing what your definition of reality and your purpose really is, which is even more fulfilling than any relationship can bring. Because if you're not clear on who you are and you enter a relationship, you'll be confused, and you'll also confuse your lover, right? So if you are clear on who you are and what you're meant to do in this life, and I'm sure that will change as time goes on, but as you find yourself, you will attract people who fit alongside with that purpose and can aid you in that, and can have a clear vibration, as a clear energetic connection, instead of a muddied, confused one. Because if you're confused, the person who's with you most likely will also be confused too, right? I mean, they could be not confused, but they just want to be with you. But it won't be as harmonious as if you knew exactly what your purpose was and who you are, and you were content within yourself about that. Because no amount of money or materialistic abundance or tangible objects would ever bring you that fulfillment that only you can bring for yourself when you go and discover who you truly are. Okay, so that's your reading for pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like the reading and you want some deeper guidance into aspects that I may have possibly not covered in this reading, or you want to know more about your own path, feel free to take a look at the messages and information I have put below, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right. All right. So we're on to our third pile for Leos who chose the third pile. You have selected the amethyst. I wonder if it will focus in. Focus, focus. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Oh, there it is. So amethysts represent calm mindset, self-control, clarity. It also represents our third eye and a higher vibration of our awareness and our ability to sustain from addictions. Okay. All right, so let's see the messages for Leos who've selected pile number 3. So I immediately sense that some of you guys are hoping to attract, or almost as if you're trying to manifest or come up with the concept or idea of what your ideal partner, life partner, is like, how they look like, how they feel like, how they will talk like. That, or some of you are almost trying to understand the connection you have with somebody who feels very much like a twin flame. Somebody's always been in and out of your life. Maybe someone who's been energetically there but physically not. And you feel they are your divine counterpart. They bring a lot of peace. It's a lot of celebration when you're with them or we're with them. This card, Temperance, does represent patience and all things coming into play on its own accord and timing. Everything in moderation. And the Judgment card, where it shows a woman who's tapping into her inner wisdom and speaking with spirit guides, universe, and her ancestors. So I feel like some of you are trying to manifest or are manifesting your life partner towards you. You have an idea how they feel and look. Just you have the sensation and the energy of who they are in your heart, and you're keeping up good thoughts about them, and you understand it will take time, and until then you'll seek guidance. That's really good. Let's look at the messages of the oracles to see if it will give further insight. Okay. Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. I think it has to do with this whole preparation for your twin flame to come back into your life. This, whoever this person is, it doesn't necessarily have to be twin flame. Somebody you love and had a connection with. You guys had to part because there was a lot of personal development that needed to take place. See how this mermaid is kind of like looking off into the distance, and yet she's like sitting on this whole beautiful ship with beautiful music and the sunset and her energy and her vibration flowing and everything so good. She's safe, she's warm, she's not lost. But behind her is a representation of all the things she aspires for. Look, she's hoping for a reunion with this person. But she's not realizing she has all the love right now. And she cannot attract this person back as long as she's not in the present moment. You know, there's a meditation practice I was doing, and near the end of the practice there was a message for me that really opened my eyes, and it was talking about when we are waiting for something to happen, or we're entering into an activity with the hopes and thoughts of waiting for something to happen, waiting for the next step, waiting for the outcome. We're not really ever truly here in the present and in the now. We're not able to focus, hone in on, and relish and concentrate on the sensations, the feelings, the smell, the sounds, the temperature of the air, you know, how we're currently feeling in the present moment. Because our mind is somewhere else, because we're waiting. So if you can choose to let go, if you can choose to let go and no longer be in a state of waiting, but a state of just enjoying, in a state of just enjoying, you will be able to see all the beauty that is here and all the love that you already have, and you'll be able to help yourself and literally heal and become the best version of yourself that you're meant to be. And you'll be that much more ready and prepared for when your significant other comes back. Right? For the harmonious times. And for you to also strengthen your connection with spirit. It will also help you connect. It will also help you strengthen your connection with spirit. Alright, so let's carry on forward looking into this card. Separation. That is very cool. All the message I got was leading up to this, which is a confirmation that right now the person that you're wishing to be with, you're actually not together. You guys are separate at the time. A time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So whether you have already separated from this person, which I feel like a large part of you guys have already, or you're about to be separated, just know that it is for the best of both people, for the time being, for your higher and highest self form of growth and love to take place, okay? This needs to happen
so that you can heal your past hurts and realize the sense of security and self-worth and importance within yourself does exist. You can't discover this without first branching off on your own. Okay, so as you branch off on your own, you will learn to trust your own instincts, to tap into your spirit guides and to communicate with them. You'll learn everything in moderation. Perhaps some of you guys have been indulging a little bit too much in your emotions. Like you get carried away with your emotions. I can sense some of you guys like get a little bit intense sometimes with your feelings and get lost in it. And you need to dial it back to stay grounded and to stay aware of, you know, your behavior, your actions, your surroundings. Okay, let me turn the light on. It's getting darker and darker. It's getting darker and darker in here. So as I was saying, you are going to learn to dial it back and pace yourself emotionally, or even how you act out on your emotions. Maybe it may have not been healthiest. It may have had a form of toxicity in it as well, undertones. And once you sense and you can find that balance and harmony within yourself and how you conduct yourself, the next time you reconnect with your lover, it's going to be very balanced and it's going to stay, it's going to last, because you've set up the foundation for success. You've set up the foundation for a very healthy foundation for two people to build upon. All right, so that was your message for pile number 3, Leos. I hope that was of use to you. If you enjoyed the reading and want a deeper reading with me, please go look at my description below and feel free to leave me a message and contact me there, and you can book a personal reading with me. And if this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Okay, so for those of you who've chosen pile 4, this is your stone. I don't remember the name of the stone. So for those of you who've chosen pile number 4, for those of you who have chosen pile number 4, this is your stone. I don't remember the name of the stone, but I do know its meaning. It's a pink kind of stone. It's supposed to represent alleviation of past hurts and pains and healing, self-forgiveness. So it's meant to be healing for heartache and self-acceptance. All right. So let's see the messages that Spirit has for you for Leos who chose pile number 4. Let me take a moment to reflect on the messages. Okay, so the message I'm getting is that some of you have been, maybe you guys had to face an ending, because there's a death card here, an ending of some sort that basically propels you guys to have to
reset your foundation all over again. Like this person here is like studying, right, and focusing and learning something new and rebuilding something, like building his garden, building a foundation. So I almost imagine some of you guys going back to the drawing board about like, okay, like whatever it was didn't work and I have to move and rebuild. And before I rebuild, I need to reflect whether or not this is the best approach. And when I do decide that it is the best approach, I'm going to carry on forward and start with a new beginning, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And these people here are collecting rocks. So it's almost like literally building a new foundation. Perhaps some of you guys have just recently left a relationship or a marriage and you were living together, or you shared a business together, or you had a certain way of living together. And that no longer is something that could be continued or sustained in a way. So you guys have to, you know, split or part ways, go on different paths. And you guys are working out the logistics, you know, the paperwork and who gets what, and then carry on forward. And then you guys will have, you know, the kids or whatever on the weekends, right? Or weekdays or whatever the agreements are. And for some of you, I get another message that you guys had to leave a certain way of life. You had to leave where you were living at like a physical location, and you wanted to branch out and do your own thing and find your own voice. And when you do that, before you do that, you really want to take the time to reflect and reprioritize what is most important to you before you go and execute this. Okay, so let's see what the oracle cards say. Have patience. That's so funny. There's this card here, the Hanged Man. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. So this one is literally about going through the transitions and adapting and being flexible while you're going through the transitions of your life. And when you have the patience, you're not creating a huge ripple, right? You're only doing what needs to be done in order to get where you need to go. And everything is connected with one another. You see, like the waters are flowing down the ravine, which is somehow connected to the skies in the galaxy, and it trickles down to the clouds of our world, which transitions into water, like rain, into our oceans, which feed and nourish our life. Right? So when we're patient, very much like this, when we're patient and we're meditating and we're in a state of reflection, we're able to get the messages from our heart, from our higher self. We're able to get the messages from, hold on. Okay, so when we're able to get the message from our higher selves, when we listen in our hearts, when we're meditating, we're listening to our spirit guides, we're opening up to the universe, to receiving the messages that are meant for us to hear our own truth, and that will help us connect and ground into our actual physical focused life. So once you get out of this, you go transition divine messages and your truth into who you are and embodying that, and it turns into rain and it processes within your body. And once it has landed and been applied to the actual world, which is your life, you're able to go and execute and integrate your purpose and your goals. Okay? So for some of you, this also means like there's a child in between that is going through a lot. She's going through a lot. Because there is this separation that's happening between two people she loves, right? And she's trying to find a middle ground of who she is with both parents and who she is as an individual. And this is all happening in a subconscious way. And she's holding to this flower, which represents who she is. And the flower is very delicate and soft, right? So she has to be handled with care in the form of her emotions, her thoughts, things that are said to her, how her emotions are handled and treated when she expresses herself. And she's like in the middle of all this. She's in the middle when both of you or one of you guys are trying to figure out what to do. This whole transition from divine message breaking into entering into the 3D realm and being translated and integrated and applied into our everyday life. She's in between all of this. So we have to keep in mind that this person, she's seeing all the phases, and she will learn from you how to adapt in life too. So to keep that in mind, to have the patience to teach your loved one this very important lesson of self-reflection and finding your truth, and not seeing something ending as a bad thing, but a chance for you to grow and to branch out. And when you do that, you can always make new beginnings. Okay? What is the last message? Release your ex. So this really ties in with, I'm getting goosebumps all over again. It really does tie in with some of you who are literally having to end a relationship and have a divorce. In order to fully be able to focus, okay, in order to fully focus and hone in on where you need to go next in your life, you need to release the energy. See, the time has come to clear energy, to release your ex energetically. And you may be very distraught with the papers. Maybe it wasn't you that chose to separate, but the other person, the other party felt it was necessary. So you have to deal with a lot of paperwork, right? Do your best to be patient. Do your best to be patient and understanding, and to go through the motions of the feelings, because your child, your loved one, will also learn from you how to process and deal with emotions and hardship, and you want them to be strong and to always pick up from where they last left off, right? To always have somewhere to go, always to have a footing. So as you're going through this and you're doing your best to stay strong for yourself, also remember you're staying strong for this person too, okay? This child of yours. Alright, so that concludes the messages and readings for pile number 4 for Leos. I really hope that was very useful for you and provided you a lot of insight. And if you want further insights and readings from me, all the information will be once again down in the description below. If the reading resonated with you, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, how you found it and what things were very clarifying for you. Okay, so until then, thank you so much for your time and for watching my video. And if you like, I would appreciate your support by going over to my Instagram page. I'm going to post it here, and following me there for more daily, almost daily, bi-daily, what is it called? Every other day, okay? It's not bi-weekly, it's bi-daily. I post on there 3 times a week, content and further insights and messages from Spirit that will give you more clarity. And I hope to talk to you all soon. Bye for now.